Hi everyone, this is Lee. Welcome to my Unity game development channel. In this video, I will show you some progress this week. Let's get started. Before we start, I would like to say thank you to my patrons, Jordan Heaton and Teddy85. You guys are awesome. If you want to support me on Patreon to make more videos about Unity game development, you can find the link in the description below. And don't forget to subscribe my channel and turn on the bell. Now let's get into it. In previous video, I've added a flammable barrel into the game. I think it adds a lot of fun. I really like to add this kind of elements to the game, as we can use our daily knowledge to come out with some ideas to defeat the enemy, just like this. Some people in the Discord server ask me what kind of new features and mechanics I'm working on in this week. I know adding new features and mechanics are very exciting during the game development. On the other hand, it will introduce more complexity to the game. No matter how awesome the feature is, if the game is not stable, then it won't add too much value. So I decided to slow down a bit this week and spend more time to fix some bugs and make the game a bit more stable. First, I need to fix an issue for the poison flies, as I find it start rolling when the player get close to it, just like this. I think it is because the collider is not set up properly, and I also want to add some movement to the flies and make it look a bit more real. Then I play around with the animation, collider and update the script. After all these changes, I think it looks better now. The other one I would like to fix is the color of the health bar. I plan to fix it in the polish stage, but I have received a lot of feedback because of the color, so I decided to fix this week. I simply choose a bright color and make it easy to read from the screen. It is still not perfect. I just don't have many ideas for the health bar at the moment, so if you have any ideas, feel free to leave the comment and let me know. Another thing I want to fix is the attack range circle for the player. At the moment the rotation doesn't look right. Thanks Cody, he pointed this out, as it should rotate in the other way around. Yes, it is a really tiny issue, but all the detail matters. That's why I always say getting feedback is the best way to improve your game. As I have been working on the game all the time, I'm kind of getting used to it. This issue is so obvious for someone who sees the game at the first time, but I just mixed it. So start sharing your work today and getting more feedback. If you'd like to hear more tips about making game in Unity quickly, you can check my other video. In that video, I will share 5 tips, or we can say 5 steps to start a game development. You can find the link on the right corner. It is not difficult to fix the issue. All I need to do is to adjust the animation on the circle. Now that's how it looks like. After that, I want to clean up the UI. Regarding UI, I always want to make it as clean as possible. The reason is that I believe unnecessary UI will ruin the atmosphere. Because if you always remind the player they are playing a game, but I really don't want this to happen. In many turn-based games, you will see the grid display on the ground by default, and some of them will allow you to choose if you want to display or hide the grid. I personally don't like to see the grid in the game, as I think the grid just don't fit in the environment. The reason is simple, as you won't see anything like this in the real life. We still need to display when the character moves around, but I would like to minimize the impact as much as possible. That's why when it is the enemy's turn to move, I choose not to display any grid on the ground. Even the character needs to move, I will only display the grid for this character, rather than display the whole map. It is hard to say which one is better, as it could be the personal preference, but I will stick to this rule to make the game look a bit more real. At the moment, we display the player's information on the top middle of the screen, like the attack damage, movement points and attack range. But I think it's not necessary anymore, because I have added many features to the game to show this information to the player. For example, the circle will show the attack range of the character. If the enemy within the attack range, it will become red color. And you will only see the aim indicator to show that units are attackable. When the mouse is on the top of the unit, you will see the hit percentage and damage info. All this information is enough for the player to make the decision. After cleaning up all unnecessary UI elements, I think it looks more clean now, and it doesn't impact the gameplay at all. One more thing I want to implement is fade the building. As I have added many buildings in the recent levels, when it is out of view, it is still okay, as the player won't enter the building too often. Like a room, simply keep it transparent is acceptable. That's what I did to the gateway. But when there are a lot of buildings in the scene, it looks a bit weird that it is always transparent. At the beginning, I just set up trigger for this building and update the script to detect when the player enter or exit the building. I just simply control the visibility. When the player gets close to the building, some parts of the building, like the roof or the wall, will be invisible. It certainly works fine, but I think we can do better here, as adding some fade to transparent effect will make it look smooth. So I play around with the script. Now we can see the fade to transparent effect when player enter or exit the building, just like this. Then I found another issue. For one player, it works fine, but it doesn't work properly for multiple players. In order to fix it, we need to create a list to keep the reference. When they enter or exit the building, then we can make sure that we only get back to normal once the last player exits the building. That's how it looks like. To make this video short, I won't go through all the details, but if you want to know how it is implemented, simply leave the comment and let me know. I'm happy to show you step by step. Once I feel comfortable about all these changes and fix, I start making a new level by adding different traps, enemies, tiled facility, and items into the scene. Now the scene is set up, then we can play around and have some fun. And some of you may already know I have decided to make 2 videos per week, one on Wednesday and the other one's on Sunday. The video on Wednesday, I will share some tips and advice and resources that I have learned from game development. It is a bit challenging for me as I got a job during the day, but I still want to give it a try. I may get slowed down a bit on game development as it is very time consuming to make a proper video, but no matter how busy I am, I will always make sure I will make some progress every week. No matter it's adding new features or mechanics, fixing bugs or designing a new level, I believe it is very essential to keep working on the game consistently. Let's see how it goes. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Before you leave, make sure you click subscribe button and turn on the bell. Then you will receive the notification when I post a new video. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you next time.